Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I last posted. I just needed to muster the courage to film and post another video. I hope you had a wonderful summer, and in today's video I will share with you what is on my Autumn TBR. After a not so great August reading, I'm looking forward to my cozy autumnal reads. So let's get cozy and talk about books. The first book on my Autumn TBR is Dear Friend, From My Life, I Write to You in Your Life by Yoon Lee. It's a memoir written by the author during a difficult time in her life after she lost a friend to suicide, and she was battling depression and suicidal thoughts herself. She explores the reasons why is worth living while retracing memories from her time in China and her life in America. Next, we have The Murder Game by Tom Hindle. It's a murder mystery set in a small English seaside town. 9 guests got gathered together to play a murder mystery game, and one of them is murdered before the game even begins, and of course the others have many reasons to want the victim dead. The title caught my eye, and the fact that it was compared to Agatha Christie, which I adore, made me decide to get it. Then we have The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. I don't know much about this one. I got it because I like Japanese literature and I wanted to try to read something about this author. It says, a contemporary classic, beautiful and haunting evocation of life between the wars in a great English house. In the summer of 1956, Stevens, the aging butler of Darlington Hall, embarks on a leisurely holiday that will take him deep into the countryside and into his past. Next, we have A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. I wanted to get back into fantasy this year, and since setting myself that goal, I knew that I wanted to try V. Schwab's writing. I saw many TikTok videos recommending which one to start with, and I thought that this one would be perfect for me. The protagonist is able to travel between parallel Londons, which have different colors. We have red, grey, white and black London. He was raised in Red London and serves the Empire. He is also a smuggler on the side, and after something went wrong, he has to run to Grey London and do whatever it takes to survive. Next on the list, we have A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This one was highly recommended to me by one of my followers on Instagram, and I thought it would be a perfect read for autumn. I thought it was a standalone, which is not, is part of a series, and if I like it as much as I expect I will, I'll need to get the second one soon. It's about an island filled with magical spirits. There is a mystery, some enemies to lovers, and there is music involved. I love small town settings, and I know I will love this one too. Another one by Rebecca Ross, Divine Rivals. I'm sure many of you saw this one on social media. It was heavily spammed to me on TikTok, but to be honest, from the first time that I heard about it, I knew that I might enjoy it, and I'm very curious to see if it will live up to the hype. I know that it's a fantasy. Again, it has some enemies to lovers, and that there are letters and a magical typewriter involved. Next, we have Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, I'm not really sure. The only thing I know about this book is that it's written in second person, which I'm very intrigued about, and that it's a fantasy slash science fiction, and it's the first book in a series, and that's all I want to know. Many people that I follow said that this one is one of their favorite fantasy, and they are people that I trust when they recommend stuff. They also said to get in without knowing anything, or at least very, very little, to have the best reading experience. Then we have Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. I read Norwegian Wood a couple of years ago and it left me a little bit torn. I loved Murakami's writing style and the atmosphere he was able to create, but some things he wrote didn't sit right with me. I wanted to give him another chance though, and this one seemed a good choice. It's about Kafka, who runs away from home and Nakata, and there are people who talk with cats and a lot of weird things happening. It is quite a chunky book and I'm a bit scared to read it, but I'm really curious to see if I like it. Last but not least, we have Middlemarch by George Eliot. This one is a mammoth. I think it will be the longest book I've ever read. But the question is, will I be able to finish it? I hope so. I picked this one up after reading A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, where it's mentioned several times. It's a classic set in England and explores different subjects from religion to science, art, politics, human society, etc. I think it will be very interesting to read, and it will be filled with drama, possibly. We'll find out. I have other books that I want to read this autumn, but I don't own them at the moment. And I don't really like to have a huge TBR pile. I think I'll add them around the end of October or the beginning of November. It depends on what books I will be in the mood to read. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what books you want to read this autumn and if you read any of the ones that I mentioned.